This is Venezia, and to be honest, they're probably best known for how nice their kits are. However, they're in a very serious dogfight at the bottom of Serie A right now, and we're going to try and come in to help them. So this team looks pretty bad, and we're going to try and figure something out to make sure it works for us and gives us the best possible chance of success, because we are in the mud if we go into games like this. The first thing I'm seeing is Antonio Candela. He's out on loan at Valladolid, 72 rated, more than good enough, and improves us, so we're going to spend some money to recall him, and he's going to be a serious addition. He also just went up by 1 rating as well. That just improves us even more. That's huge. We also had to dip into the free agent market, and it was expensive. 20k a week with 140k signing on for this Mexican centre-back, 74 rated, 27 years of age. Jesus Angelo comes in. I'm really hoping he has what it takes to really improve us, but it is a big risk spending this much money for a player that's just meant to plug a gap right now. And the only other pickup we made was Mateusz Bogusz, a striker from Poland, 23 years of age, really good looking player, but 15k a week and 120k signing on fee. He is expensive for someone that we're taking a massive risk on. And with all of that done, it really strengthens us. Candela comes in, Angelo comes in, and Bogusz comes in. We've dropped Conde into a centre-back, Duncan plays in the holding mid. We have our best players on the pitch right now. If there's any chance of staying up, it's with this team. Now, so at this point, we have to look at the next 3 games because they are pivotal. Firstly, we have Lecce, the team that are just 2 points above us, a team that if we can get a result against them will seriously help us to try and bridge our gap away from the relegation zone. We then come home and play against Monza, the team that are actually below us, the only team that are below us. They've only picked up 15 points all season. This should be an easy win, but nothing comes easy in this league. We need 3 points there as well. And then we have Empoli, the team that are just above us right now. This is now 3 relegation, back to back, 6 pointers. This is a pivotal moment. This could decide our safety. So we got to work in our first game against Lecce, and thankfully it was the Quique Perez show. He popped up with 2 huge goals, and the second was an absolute perler. Lecce put up a fight late on as Sanson slotted home, but we secured the win late as Fila headed in and secured 3 vital points in this absolute killer clash. So that leaves us like this, a few changes. Lecce drop into the relegation zone. Empoli jump out after a win, a huge win that takes them to 26 points. We are now 3 points from safety rather than 5, so we have made progress after that win. So going into this one, we needed points, and it didn't start well. But Tanya with a beautiful clip as he went through, done so well to hold off his man, and this gave us about 60 minutes to turn it around because we needed 3 points from this one. We could not be losing to bottom of the table. Thankfully, it took until the 55th minute, but Fia did battle his way through as he steals the ball from the defender, beats the keeper on a 1v1, picks up his 2nd goal in 2 games, and sends us into a position where we could go and get maximum points from this one. We needed to come back into it, and now we have a chance. And the chance was taken in the 88th minute as it's clipped out to Quique Perez. He finds Fia at the back post from a late corner. The striker scores his 2nd goal of the day. 3 goals in 2 games. Now we've picked up 6 points from 6 in our first 2 games as manager, and now we're in a position to really go for safety. This relegation scrap is getting tight, but we're coming out on top. So that late goal took us out of the relegation zone for the first time as we're equal on points with Lecce and Empoli. We're just 1 point behind Parma as well, so we're in a really good position to go and fight against all of these teams. The Serie A, however, does go down to head-to-head results and then head-to-head goal difference, so that Empoli game we have next has become very important to win after we drew with them 1-1 in the first game in January. And we jumped into it and we started poorly again. We were 1-0 down in minutes and we're now having to come from behind again. We were crumbling and needed to turn us around ASAP. Luckily, we got the chance to do that just a few minutes later, and who was it but Fia? He pops up and scores us another pivotal goal that could save us this season and could be huge for our success. Busso also popped up later on midway through the second half to make it 2-1 giving us a brilliant lead, a chance to go and pick up 3 points, and we looked set to bring it all home until Kwame was through in the 89th minute, but there was a huge block to keep us in the lead, making it 9 points from 9, and now we're in a real position to go and survive this season. Now, not only were we outside of the relegation zone, we were now all the way up to 15th. We had Cagliari actually fall behind us as well now, so there's now 5 teams below us in the league. It's still tight down there. 3 points separate us from 19th, but this is exactly what we needed. This run has been incredible. And with just 5 games left in the form of AC Milan, Torino, Fiorentina, Cagliari, and Juventus, do we have what it takes to survive this season? We then had Milan up next. This was the first of those 5 games, and I can't believe it. We pulled a massive 3-3 out of this one. Absolutely crazy scoreline. Bogusz with the brace as well. That is a result I didn't expect and will massively help us with survival. And the good times continued as we played Torino. 2-2 in this one as well. 5 games as manager of Venezia, and we're still unbeaten. We are in such a good position and could survive now. We are picking up points every week. And Fiorentina ended the good times. They handed us our first loss with a 3-1 defeat. Fia picked up a goal, but it wasn't enough. And now we're truly down there in the relegation scrap. We're trying to get anything we can. We've got Cagliari and Juventus up next. We are truly in crunch time now. We need a couple more points. And we got that in what comes down to probably our most important game of the season. A huge win against Cagliari as we pick up a 1-0 victory. We are now so close to being safe. We're in such a good position after that result. And so here it is, live in the flesh, our game versus Juventus. Can we get a result? We do lose 1-0. Coop Miners is the goal scorer. Now, have we done enough? We've picked up so many points, so many spare draws here or there. But is it enough to stay in Serie A? It is enough. 17th is absolutely fine by me. We've done enough. We didn't actually need those draws in the end. But what a season. We beat all 4 teams that were down with us at the bottom. And that was enough for survival. Absolutely huge. Lecce, Empoli, and Monza are the teams to go down. I'm sorry for them. But for us, we can now continue to build in Serie A after our great escape. And I mean, looking at the team, you can see maybe why we were struggling. Not a lot of goals and assists throughout the team, but I have to give it to Fia and Bogusz, both who were incredible in these last 8 games. They absolutely smashed it for us and definitely saved us this season. But just to recap all the competitions, Inter do win the Serie A title. They ran away with it in the end. Big season for them. They also win Coppa Italia on penalties as they beat Bologna. Real Madrid beat Inter in the final 1-0 to stop them from winning the treble. Lazio win the Europa League against Lyon 3-2 in the final. And Fiorentina win on penalties, beating Chelsea after a 1-1 game in the Conference League. So that ends season 1. We completed the Great Escape. It was so impressive to come out of this one. We have to now go and build in season 2 and have a big year and try and really start to progress and solidify ourselves as a Serie A club. So we had to get players out in season 2. Yeboah has left for 1.8 million to Genoa. Joronen has gone up for 1.5 million to Montpellier. Sverko has left for 1.1 million. He's gone to Seattle Sounders. Krinigosh goes out for 1 million. He goes to play for Al Shabab. Haps has left for 960k and he'll go and play for West Brom. Bjarkason has gone out for 800k and he'll play for St. Louis City. And then Grandi has gone out for 105k to Slobozia. And then we've also loaned out our youngster El Haddad. He's gone to Motor Lublin for the season. There we had to bring in some additions. So Kata comes in as a free agent. The Hungarian centre mid 72 rated should strengthen our rotations. Sonzonyi comes in for 700k as a rotational goalkeeper. He arrives from Mantova. Antiste comes in from Sassuolo. The French striker will come in for 1.3 million, currently 69 rated. Hein arrives from Arsenal as well. The Estonian comes in for 2.8 million at 71 rated. And Brown arrives from Ghent, 74 rated left back. The Englishman costs 4.5 million, and that will conclude our summer spending. And so that leaves the team looking like this by the end of the window. We have a really nice team. We have Bogusz now dropping into centre attack in mid. Duncan will hold the defensive midfield like he was last season. Hine, Brown both coming to the starting lineup, and our returning loanee in Raimondo comes in and will run our striker with Fia. And so with the team assembled, we come to the quarter stage, and we're in 11th. We're quite far away from the relegation zone, which currently sits at 6 points. We're even not that far away from like European competition, only 5 points from that side. So I'm not saying we're going to be pushing for either of these. I feel like a mid-table finish would be really good this year, but this is a fantastic start with only 10 games gone. The Ballon d'Or is also here around this time of the year. 2025, the Ballon d'Or shortlist includes Saka, Mbappe, Vini and Haaland. Your main suspects, maybe Saka being the standout outsider, but who is going to win it this season? And the 2025 Ballon d'Or winner ends up being Vini Jr. He always seems to pick one up, but an impressive campaign nonetheless. Hopefully we can get one of our players to reach that by the end of the save. And we continue doing pretty well until the halfway stage. We've dropped off a little bit, now in 13th in the table. We are still 8 points away from the drop, which is absolutely huge. We're not really looking at stepping forward towards European competitions this year. Now that is off the table. So we're sort of finding our ground where we are. We're a middle table team. And if we stay like this all season, I'm absolutely fine with it. It'll give our players a chance to grow, bring in a few more signings, and we'll be ready to start challenging for those European spots before you know it. Now, I wouldn't say that we've got goals in abundance. You know, our best striker, our best goal scorer is currently on 7 and sits 17th in the table for the all-time top scorers. We do have a second and third edition though. Bogusz and Fila have picked up 6. So between the team, we're sharing them nicely, and that's what's helping us to pick up so many wins right now. With a new transfer window hitting, we took advantage of it. We sold our midfielder, Kike Perez. The Spaniard went out for 2.8 million, and it freed up a spot to get an improved central midfielder. We picked up Mads Bistrup, the Red Bull Salzburg central midfielder. He will come in to strengthen us and hopefully improve with the team as we go along. I think this is a really good addition for £6 million. That leaves the team looking like this. There's been some improvements for Raimondo, Bogusz, Busio, all improving. Bidstrip comes in to strengthen us that little bit more. I'm really happy with the team. Hopefully it's enough to really solidify ourselves this season, and then we'll pick up a couple of extra players and we'll be right on our way. And here we are at the end of the season. We finished a good 8 points off relegation. Pretty decent. Finished on 39 points all the way up to 13th. A real progression from where we were last season. Some way off from European competitions and mid-table fighting. But for now, for a stabilising season, that will absolutely do. We now really have solidified ourselves as a Serie A club, and we can go and grow and push for greater earnings. Our top goal scorer was Antonio Raimondo, 15 goals this season for us. That's absolutely incredible. He's literally just returned from loan this season, and then he comes straight into the team and smashed it. What a player he's been. Some way off Mbala and Zola. 26 goals for the year for Fiorentina, but still a fantastic campaign. Our top assister was our number 10, Mateusz Bogusz. The free agent that came in last year has really strengthened us, picking up 7 assists. He's really up there with some really big names, but Artem Dobvik does pick up the top assist leader with 13 for the season. And then Karl Hein picked up 4 clean sheets, some way off the league leaders. It's still a pretty decent starting year for us, but I hope he'd grow into that. But Miles Vila does pick up the top goalkeeping, the Golden Glove Award, 12 clean sheets for the year. But there it is. This is the top players in our team. I mean, Raimondo and Fia picked up a lot of goals. Bogusz was involved as well. If you look at the assists, you've got some big names up there like Busio, Bogusz again, Fia and Raimondo were involved. So it's really nice to see these all getting involved. Bidstrup picked up a goal and 2 assists in his half a season. Hopefully he can add on top of that next year with a full campaign under his belt. But a really good team. Collectively, we've come together to achieve something greater, and this is really nice to see that they're growing as a group. But to summarise the competitions, Milan win Serie A They beat Juventus even though they were equal on points. 86 points between the two of them. That's a hell of a fight at the top of the table. But AC Milan come out on top. The Coppa Italia went to Fiorentina. They won 3-1 versus AC Milan in that one. Dortmund win 2-1 to win the Champions League against Real Madrid. Juventus beat Feyenoord 2-0 to win the Europa League. And Nice beat Rapid Vienna 2-1 to win the Conference League. And that will wrap up a really good season. We'll move into season 3 now, see what we can do. But what a year, we've really grown as a group. So the season 3 transfer window went a little like this. We sold Jesus Angelo, our free agent centre-back from season 1 for 6.2 million. He's gone to Marseille. Francesco Zampano leaves for 1.7 million. He goes to Istanbul Başakşehir. Jay Itzidis goes out for 1.5 million to Al Shabab. Michael Svoboda goes out for 1.1 million to NEC. And Saad El Haddad goes out for 380k to Bazao. From there, we picked up only 3 signings this year. Ryan Giles comes in from Hull City for 2.9 million. Ousmane Diaw comes in for 6.5 million at centre-back. He'll strengthen us at 75 rated. He comes in from Midtjylland. And then Abdoulaye Ndiaye comes in for 6.7 million. Another centre-back coming in, this time from Troyes. Also 75 rated. So now we have young and hungry centre-backs that are ready to grow. So at this point, we can look at this team and truly say it looks like a Serie A team. Yes, it's not going to be challenging for the best of the best or beating those big teams, but overall, we're now in a position to really grow as a squad and see what we can do. I'm very happy with the group we've assembled. Hopefully they can grow even more this season, and then by next year we can start to look at European challenging. And so with the season starting off really well, we've picked up 4 wins, lost 4 and drawn 2, as we've got 14 points in the first 10 games. We are 8th in the table. We're 2 places off European qualification. This is an unbelievable start. Can we continue this sort of form? We also have the nominees for the 2026 Ballon d'Or. The shortlist consists of Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vini and Osimhen. A couple of nice interesting suggestions in there. Who is going to pick it up this season? And of course, out of that list, it goes to Vini. He wins back-to-back Ballon d'Ors. The Brazilian is taking over football. What a season for the Real Madrid winger. Coming into the half stage of the season, it is a bit of a drop-off. We've dropped 2 places so far, but it's still pretty good. 27 points. If you double that, you're at 54. You're in a really good spot for growth from where we were last season. So if we can sort of put that together, that would be huge. But for now, we'll just focus on where we're at. Very happy overall. We're still in a good space. We just need to pick up maybe a win or 2 more to just push us a little bit further up the table. Now this season, it's actually Daniel Fear that's pushing forward as our main striker. 8 goals so far this year. A really good output for our Czech striker. Really, really good. He's a little bit off Alvaro Morata on 15. That's unbelievable. But still, in a really good spot. And so happy that this guy is contributing because he is getting really good. And so here it is, the team at the halfway stage. No transfers in or out this time. And now the team has really come together. We have dropped Duncan to the bench as he started to reduce. He's 33 years of age. He's a little bit too old now. Kata has come into the starting lineup. Bidstrup drops into the holding mid position. And now we have a really solid unit. Hopefully they can keep this going to the end of the season, and I'd just like to see us finish 10th or above. Finish in the top half of the table would be a serious success for the season. That team has worked wonders. We've stuck ourselves in at 10th fairly solidly as well. We were 7 points clear of Atalanta. We're right up there. We're not too far away from Europe, which is a bit of a shame, but it's still progress. It's still improvement. 10th in the table will absolutely do for now. Milan went on to win the title, but we have done so well this season, and now we are literally on the verge of Europe. That has to be next season's goal. Bia continued that unbelievable form. 15 goals for the season. Our top striker, he was some way off. Kulusevski wins the Golden Boot of 22, but what a season. But we also need to look near the bottom We have contributions from Bogusz with 11 and Raimondo with 11 as well. This trio are forming some partnership. It is unbelievable. Bogusz also contributed 9 assists, 2 off the top leader in Moreno and Dybala. This guy has been an unbelievable inclusion considering we picked him up at 71 rated on a free agent, converted him from a striker into a centre attacking midfielder. This guy has just gone from strength to strength. And Karl Hein has picked up 5 clean sheets. It's one more than last season. It's not something to really write home about, but it's okay. It's still decent. We might have to look at upgrading him at some point if he doesn't improve anytime soon. He finished some way off Unai Simon with 17. That is an outrageous number of clean sheets. But still, he's got better. Hopefully he has a breakout year, and then we'll see what we need to do with him if that doesn't happen. But look at this, some unbelievable contributions. Kata picked up 4, Diao picked up 4 from centre-back, Busio with 9 from centre-mid is unbelievable. We're also looking at the assists. Bogusz runs the show. Really good to see Brown involved with 5 for the season. The team has really come together nicely. We're seeing some really good contributions, some really good players, and I can't wait to see what these lads can do next season because that European push is definitely there for us. So the last thing to do is just look at the standings. Roma beat Juventus 1-0 in the final of the Coppa Italia to bring home that coveted trophy. Juventus beat PSG 3-2 in the final to win the Champions League. Shakhtar Donetsk beat Lille 3-1 in the final to win the Europa League. And Napoli beat Man United 4-2 to win the Conference League. What a season for Italian football. And that will mark the end of season 3. Another incredible season. We continue to grow. Now it's all about Europe. Can we qualify for some European competitions? So season 4 is here and we have to get some work done because we are needing to make progression as soon as possible. So Ryan Giles has gone out for 5 million to Parma. Giorgio Altare goes out for 3 million to Twente. Nunzio Lela goes out for 1.5 million to Istanbul Başakşehir. Richie Sagrado goes out for 1.5 million to Sparta Rotterdam. And Andrea Novakovic leaves for 970k and he'll go to Inter Miami. We then brought in some new players, 3 free transfers to start off. So Kolbein Bergir Finson comes in for free. Sergi Dominguez comes in on a free transfer as well. And then the final free transfer comes in the form of Lamine Diack. All 3 offering good rotations where we need them. From there we picked up 3 players for fees. So it's a £1.7 million deal for Solomon Bonner. He comes in from Austria Klagenfurt. We also bring in a new striker, Andres Ferrari. 3.3 million. Sint-Trudenese striker. He comes in and will offer even stronger rotations. And then we bring in 1 player to the starting lineup. Keith Schmidt comes in from Fulham. It's a £15.6 million deal and he's going to really strengthen our midfield. So that leaves the team looking like this. It's an incredible growth from last season, a lot more strength and talent. We have incredible players all over the pitch now, young talent all over the pitch, and hopefully they can grow into something special this season. Looking at the table, it's actually not a very good start. I mean, 9th in the table is still decent. It's not bad. But if we want to be pushing for Europe, really going for the Conference League and things like that, we need better starts to the season. We need to be up there from the start and be challenging them from the off. And then when you get to the halfway stage, it's even better. 7th right now, 36 points is really, really good. We're just behind Inter and Atalanta. We're near European qualification. We are in that fight now this season. We are going for it against some really difficult opponents. And it's nice to see one of our players right up there at the top. Daniel Fear with 11 goals this season. We've also got Raimondo with 10. 2 really good outputs for our strikers currently. Marmoush leads the league with 14 right now, but our 2 strikers are operating at maximum efficiency. And so after a very quiet January, this is the team that's taken us up the league so far. I definitely think they're overperforming. I'm a little bit worried about a bit of a drop-off, but if we can keep up this form and secure some level of European football, that will be incredible. We need the money. We are really working on a tight budget right now, We can get a big injection of money. We can make big changes to the team and elevate us to the next level. And this team has pulled off something special. 6th in the table, 4 points clear of Lazio, a little bit further back from Milan, but it means we have Conference League football next season. That means extra money, more chances to get our players progressing. This is really good to see. I am so happy with that result. 6th right now is incredible. We have overperformed massively. And look at these two. Fia comes in 5th with 18 goals, and Raimondo comes in with 21. Marmouche does win the Golden Boot with 25 fair play, but we have 2 killer strikers that are both scoring goals for fun. Also a big shout out to our number 10, Mateusz Bogusz, comes in with the top assist award. He ends up being equal with Duranville, Maldini and Thuram, but still an incredible year for our Polish centre attacking midfielder. And finally, Hine has started to step into that realm of being a top keeper. 9 clean sheets this year is huge. No wonder we perform so well with so many players involved in the attacking senses, and we're keeping out goals at the other end. What a season this has been. We have absolutely smashed it this year. And look here, look how the team has performed. So many contributors. Raimondo and Fia have smashed it up top. Bogusz has done incredibly with 13 goals and 15 assists. Schmidt even from midfield with 12 and 8 is incredible. This team we have put together is seriously operating right now. And here we are. This is just incredible. I mean, Bidstrup as well, 7 assists from holding midfield. I could just look at this all day, but what a season for our players. But here we are, we just have to wrap up the competition. So Juventus win Serie A this season, a dominating league campaign as they finish on 91 points. Roma beat Milan in the final to win Coppa Italia. They won 2-1 in that one. Barcelona beat Leipzig 2-0 to win the Champions League. Chelsea won on penalties to win the Europa League versus Stuttgart. And Fulham beat Victoria Pleasant 3-2 to win the Conference League this season. That marks the end of our season and our campaign. An incredible step forward as we take our first steps into Europe. And now we have to start pushing forward to really go and challenge towards Champions League football. So going into season 5, we have another window. We got rid of Oristanio. He left for 4.3 million and has gone to Watford. Bonner has gone up for 2.2 million and he's gone to Istanbul Başakşehir. We've got Nicolucci Cavilla. He's gone up for 1.4 million to Lausanne Sport. And then Vincent has left for 1.3 million and he's gone to Norwich. We've then brought in 4 new players. So El Hadji Malik Diouf comes in, a £17.7 million deal for the left back from Porto. He's going to seriously strengthen us at 79 rated. We've got Costa Nedeljakovic come in, 9.5 million for the right back. He's currently 77 rated and comes in from Aston Villa. Balil Nadir comes in as a rotational centre mid. It was an £8 million deal and he comes in from Marseille. And then Sondre Auckland comes in as a free agent. He comes in to replace Oristanio. And that concludes our transfer business for the summer. So that leaves the team looking like this, and it's a lot stronger. So many like 79 rated players, a couple of 80s. We're pushing Raimondo all the way to 85 right now, which is incredible. This team is really coming together, and the bench looks even more impressive this season with Brown and Candela dropping in there as well. So let's jump into the season and see what we can do, because I am really excited for this one. And the team we've assembled are just going from strength to strength. We're now in 3rd. We're beating teams like Juventus, Napoli. There's even teams further down that should be all the way up here, but they're not performing. We are. We're 4 points off top. This has been an incredible start. The shortlist for the 2028 Ballon d'Or is here. It's Vinny, Mbappe, Rodrigo and Saka. Who is going to win it? And the winner is Venezia. Surprise, surprise. He wins it again. He continues to dominate world football. Will this guy just take a year off? And so here we are at the halfway stage. We have dropped off a bit. One of those seasons where we either win or lose. No draws so far, but 33 points sees us sitting in 4th. we're right up there. If we can continue this form, hold off the competition behind us, this could be an impressive year, and we could finish in the Champions League spots. Now, our star goal scorer this season comes in the form of Mateusz Bogusz. Our centre attacking midfielder is scoring so many goals, 12 in the first half of the season. What a start it's been from this guy. And it's such a shame that our European campaign ends in such a bad way. 5 points from 6 games, only a win and 2 draws. A really rough one. We didn't even make the playoffs. That is a hard one to take. Our Conference League campaign is over. It's such a shame because the squad is really coming together. Real good improvements. A lot of players looking really solid now. But the fact they've crashed out of Europe like that is a real shame. But we have the league to focus on. Champions League football is a possibility, and we need to do everything we can to get ourselves there. And we have done so well this season. We've dropped off a little bit here and there. We've picked up points where we shouldn't have. And we've finished in 4th. We've finished in the Champions League. 71 points. Impressive that we're only 7 points off the title as well. It's a shame that we couldn't just scrape together a few more wins there. But a fantastic season. 23 wins all year is impressive. Now it's about growing from here. With the Champions League in our belt, we have money coming in. This season is the one where we can really grow into something. And Bogusz was an absolute godsend this season, finishing 5th in the top scorers list from central attacking midfielder. 20 goals for the Polish centre attacking mid. It is unbelievable. What a season. Marmoush wins the Golden Boot again, 26 goals for him. But what an impressive campaign. Also great to see Busio doing so well. 10 assists this season for him. Really great output from centre mid. I'm so happy he's doing so well. And Hein done pretty decent this year. 8 clean sheets again. He continues to improve. That will absolutely do for me. Very happy with his progression. I mean, look at these numbers. Bogusz doing unbelievable things again this season. Raimondo was up there. Fear was up there. Busio was doing everything. 9 and 13 for him. Schmidt doing well. Diouf even doing it from left back. The team is coming together. It just needs that final push, a little bit of extra quality, and we can really go and do something with this group. But the season's wrapped up. The final thing to do is look through the competition. So Roma win Coppa Italia, beating AC Milan. Dortmund beat Man City 4-3 in the Champions League final to bring home that massive trophy. That's an unbelievable game. Spurs beat Bayern 3-1 in an unreal Europa League, by the way. How are these two in there? What a game. The Europa League goes to Spurs. And then Bournemouth beat Athletic Bilbao 2-1 to win the Conference League. Ending our season. That is it. We're in the Champions League next year. We can now take our next step. So here we are in our Champions League season. We had to do some serious changes. There has been major outgoings and incoming. So Gianluca Busio leaves for 27 million to Dortmund. Karl Hein has left for 25.5 million to Roma. Ousmane Diaw leaves for 23 million to Osasuna. Mads Bistrup leaves for 20.5 million and he moves to Brest. Kosta Nedeljkovic leaves for 18 million and goes to Athletic Bilbao. And Mahali Kata leaves for 5 million and he goes to West Brom. We've then signed Daniel Gore on a free agent transfer. The centre mid will come in as a rotator. Ethan Ampadu comes in as a new centre back for 18 million from Werder Bremen. Benya Prados comes in for 24 million. The holding midfielder comes in from Ipswich. Anthony Malambo comes in for 29 million from Brentford. He's going to be our new central midfielder. We have a new goalkeeper from Fulham in Bart Verbruggen. 29 million pounds he cost to bring him in. And then finally a new right back, the Brazilian Jan Couto, comes in for 34.5 million from Nottingham Forest. And that completes a major revamp this season. And so after all the craziness of that window, the team now looks like this. It is seriously improved. It's definitely not perfect right now, but I'm hoping a few players can grow throughout the season, take us just to that next level, and then we'll be ready to really challenge in this Champions League campaign. And we finally get the beautiful sight of the Champions League. I can't wait to see what this holds. Now we are just over a quarter of the way through the season, and oh my goodness, things are going incredibly. We are unbeaten right now. 8-3-0, 27 points, we're top. This is going better than expected. This complete revamp of the team is obviously working, and this is the start we could only dream of. What a way to kick off the season. The 2029 Ballon d'Or shortlist is here with Haaland, Foden, Vinny, and Kovalenko. Who is going to win it this season? And the winner is Erling Haaland. He brings home the 2029 Ballon d'Or, ending Vinny Jr.'s dynasty. What a player he is. Thank God someone has taken over this crown, because if football was just getting too boring. And at the halfway stage, we are just ticking. We are currently unbeaten halfway through the season. We are currently on 47 points, 7 clear of Lazio. This season has started so perfectly. I can't believe it. What a start, what a season. Can we keep this up? And look at this. Our current top scorer is our central midfielder, Keith Schmidt. Antonio Raimondo is just a goal behind on 14. This is impressive. The team is just going from strength to strength, and we are dominating Serie A right now. I just can't see a way we keep this up. This performance is literally elite level. On top of our incredible success in the league, we've done really well in the Champions League as well. Lost just once and drawn twice, as we finish on 17 points in the group stages. We will now automatically go through to the round of 16. We are in the fight for the big trophies now. And with everything coming together so well, this is the current team. We're seeing players improving consistently. Our defense has got a lot stronger. Our midfield is a great unit. And the strike force is just looking unbelievable. I can't wait to see what we can do in the second half of the season. Hopefully we can pull home the Serie A and go in for the Champions League, which would be incredible. And wow, we've done it. We've done the unthinkable. We've smashed Serie A. 15 points clear. The transfers we made at the start of the season, I had no clue it was going to go this well. We've dominated the league. They've come together as a group. We've filled and formed that perfect unit. What a season. Wow. Absolutely incredible. And looking at this, you can see why. Antonio Raimondo comes in with 28 goals. He picks up the golden boot. What a season. And if you scroll down here, Fia picks up 19, Schmidt picks up 21. Our players are performing at an unreal level. And a big shout out to Mateusz Bogusz, who picks up 10 assists, going away with the top assist leader, drawing with Wilk and Vlahovic. What a season. Schmidt also came in with 8. That's absolutely incredible. And it's great to see Verbruggen right up there. 8 clean sheets for the season, 2 off Trubin, which is a bit of a shame, but still a great year for our Dutch goalkeeper. And this is how the team performed across all of the competitions. Raimondo performing at 42 goals. That's unbelievable. Bia 27 with 7 assists. Schmidt picked up 34 contributions from the central midfield. Bogusz assisting like a god with 17 assists this season. Malambo 13 and 10. DU from left back doing the work. This team is unbelievable. And now we have to go towards a Champions League final, as you can see by the background, to see if we can become champions of Europe. And look here, we have the final against Barcelona. It's going to be a really tough game, but it's going to be an exciting one. The way we got here, we beat Real Madrid 4-3 on aggregate. We beat Aston Villa 6-5 on aggregate. And then here as well, we beat Benfica 5-4 on aggregate. So these games have been high scoring, high intensity, and we've come through all of them. So here it is, Barcelona coming in here to play Venezia. Can we win this Champions League final and bring home European silverware? To Yamal. That's really well to hold up play there. Can't find the... Why have you stepped across Ampadu? Ampadu, just stay in your position and we'll be okay. Why have you come across? I'm handling these people. I don't need you. Such poor defending. Ampadu just decided to create the space for them, and Fatty slots it past Verbruggen. Oh, this is not the start you want. Beautiful work from Bogusz. Little clip for Fia. He's through. He's got the space to make them pay, but he doesn't. That's really poor finishing. Bogusz, he can't find the overlap though. Quoto looks to the back post. Fia's header just wide. Wants that overlapping run, but Rivas does well with it. Really done. Really well done from Rivas. Oh, he gives it to Raimondo. Oh my God, Barcelona have broken it down at the back. We had a failed attack in that one, and for some reason they just tried to play it out, got caught in their own trap. And Raimondo has the easiest finish he'll have all season. Poor from Alisson. Kabasi was stuck when he lunged in and he just pounced. Archie Brown. Pratos tries to come across. It's a really good save from Verbruggen. Defensive unit of Barcelona. Falls again. Falls again. Verbruggen stands strong. Not being able to sprint. Here's Bogusz on the left. Looks for that whip to the back post. Raimondo puts it across into the box. It's a beautiful head down from the first cross. And who's there but Fear? The hero when we were trying to save ourselves in Serie A. He's now doing it in the Champions League final. What a journey this guy has had. Brilliant work from Bogusz. He puts in the ball and it's headed down brilliantly by Raimondo, and it's a great finish. It's chaotic back here. It's another good strike, and it's another fantastic save from Verbruggen. Rivas finds Yamal. Had to do it. Had to do it. If it's a red, if it's yellow, I don't care. Archie Brown putting himself on the line to stop Kovalenko. What a play. Beats the run. Finds Kovalenko. Ampadu dives in. Verbruggen is there again. He's had an unbelievable game. He gets there. Falls to Kovalenko. He hits the post in the last second. Falls to Brown, who can just spank it clear. And that is enough. Venezia win the Champions League. It's a 2-1 win. It's an unbelievable result. We got lucky at times there, even as Kovalenko tried to seal it, bring it back in the 90th minute. But we win. It's a 2-1 win. What a game. And there it is. Here to pick up the Champions League. Bogusz lifts it for us. What a moment. We are European champions, and that brings the series to an end. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Links to the socials are down below if you want to get involved further. We are loving this. There's going to be a video in the middle of the screen right now if you want to watch further. But that is it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to leave this here. Until next time, I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely rest of the day. And peace out.